In this Learn Songs in Seconds, we're looking at Fly Away by Lenny Kravitz. Now, for those of you who are interested, the previous poll showed a dead heat between beautiful and disgusting. So from this we can conclude that Iggy Pop's dancing is either beautifully disgusting or disgustingly beautiful. Either way, it seems pretty fitting to me. Firstly, I'll look at a kind of simplified open chord version, and then I'll go on to one that's a bit trickier using bar chords, so it'll be a bit more authentic, but still relatively easy within the kind of sphere of easy-ish songs. Start things off with an A major chord, and we do this rhythm here. Right, to finish off the bar, we move to B. I'm going to be playing it like 2, 4, 4, 4. You could just play the note of B, or you could play these three notes here, whatever is easier. That's what I'm opting for. So when we add that in, we get this. So that comes in on the final beat. Do that once more. Okay. Next chord is a C. Now the rhythm we have here is pretty similar, but we go. Okay, we'll do that once more. So far we've got this. Okay, after this we've got a G, which does exactly the same rhythm as the C. So we. Okay, so from the start. After this we finish up on a D. And the rhythm just goes. Once more. So from the start you'd have this. I'll do that without saying down up down this time just so you can get the rhythm by itself. In a nutshell, that's essentially the song. You can get away with playing those chords all the way through. What I will look at though is taking it down a bit, because verse 1 and the bridge is kind of a stripped back rhythm. So for this, exactly the same progression, but I just use this rhythm. So there all I'm doing is the next thing to do here is to look at the structure. So normally I'd go by bars, but because in this song it's just that same chord progression or riff all the way through, which is a total of 4 bars, I'm just going to go by that. So when I say one riff or one cycle of riff, what I'm really talking about is 4 bars. It's not always a smart thing to do, but in terms of this song it seems to make sense to me. So we've got an intro that's a total of 4 cycles. 2 without the backing band, so it's just the guitar by itself, then 2 with the drums and things like that. Next we've got 4 of verse. This is where it goes down to the stripped down rhythm, the more kind of simple strumming pattern. We're back up to the more extreme strumming pattern for the chorus, which is 4 cycles of riff. You carry on that strumming pattern for the second verse, which again has 4 cycles of riff. Now you could drop down to the simpler pattern if you're just playing by yourself. That might be a good idea to add a bit more dynamics. Next chorus, again we've got 4 cycles of riff. You might see a slight pattern emerging here, as the bridge also has 4 cycles of riff, but this is the stripped down one. I definitely go for the stripped down one here just to kind of help build it up. For the final chorus, which just in an effort to buck the trend is in fact 12 cycles of riff, which you could think of as 3 cycles of 4. The only other thing I could point out here is that we can actually play a D sus4. So you do this. All I'm doing is putting my little finger on that 3rd fret there. So if I added that into the progression, just start back on that A there. So as I mentioned before, there's a slightly more authentic version, and that's what I'm going to go over now. So we've got a bar chord on A major bar chord, and we're just going to move that up a tone to get to the B. Same rhythm as before. Right, instead of going straight to the C, what I'm going to do is hammer onto it. So I'm going to bar all the way across the 8th fret and just hammer on that part of the chord. So I'm hammering on the 10 on the A, 10 on the D, and the 9 on the G. Put that in context. It's not essentially you get that, but they do it in the recording and it gives it this nice kind of like dirty laid back grunge. Right, next chord we're down to G, just playing it here, same rhythm as before. And then up to D, which I'm playing here. For the last one, what I'm doing is a D sus4, which is why I mentioned it before. So I'm just playing the kind of standard D bar part of this. So we've got like 5, 7, 7, 7, and then I'm playing the 8th note on the high B. And that last strum is to get that D sus chord. So I'll play that all together. The other thing to point out is you don't have to play the rhythm on the C and the G. Like the last line up, you could do a scratch. So I'll do an example all the way through like that. So you could go. Doesn't have to be as exaggerated as that, but if you do a scratch, it gives you some time to get between the chords, particularly if you're doing quite a big jump like that is there. Okay, that's all fine and well, but what about the verse? You've missed that out, haven't you? No, I've got a solution for that, okay? I put some effects on here. You can do it without effects, but we're going to do a little bit of slapping and popping. So it's quite authentic, sounds a bit like the bass, or at least the best I can do with what I'm working with here. And what I'm doing is it's just following the chords, but you're sliding from semitone below. So I'm sliding from 4 up to the 5. I'm just kind of like, I'm not necessarily slapping it properly, I'm just kind of hitting it with my thumb, just plucking it underneath. And then I'm popping the 7th fret with my finger. And to pop, all you really do is you get your finger under the string and just kind of pull it up. So I'm doing that there, and then I'm doing a ghost pop. So that'd be on the very last beat of the bar. And like I said, got the A there, then we're doing the C. So again, sliding into that from a semitone below to the C on the 5th fret on the G string. Again, a ghost pop. So what I'm doing for the ghost pop is I'm not holding down this note, I'm lifting it up. So I'm just getting that kind of muted effect. For the G, sliding from the F sharp, so on the 2nd fret up to the 3rd on the low E, to the 5th fret on the D. And then the last chord, the D, we're sliding from 4 up to 5 on the A string, and popping on the G string on the 7th fret. Okay, so 3 minutes and 41, or a total of 221 seconds for the simplified acoustic version. For the more authentic approach, we've got 7 minutes and 4 seconds, or a total of 424 seconds. Not the shortest time I've managed, but definitely a decent effort nonetheless. It's worthwhile pointing out here, you don't need an electric guitar or the crazy stupid effects to play this more authentic version. It'll work pretty well on an acoustic. If you do the bar chords and the hammers, that's going to sound pretty sweet. And the same with the slap and the pop, it's going to come out pretty well on an acoustic guitar. All the extra stuff like the phaser and the wah and the format is all just kind of icing on the cake. The bare bones of the song are there and it sounds good enough without them. Cool, so as always, I hope this video has been of some use to you guys and you're taking something away from it, even if it's just like, oh, I can get some stupid noises on my guitar, or the idea of slapping and popping on an acoustic, anything like that. If you do enjoy the content and you find it useful, you take something away from it, please do consider to share, like, comment and subscribe if you feel so inclined. Cheers, guys.